My beloved child, stop scrolling right now. Do not let your finger touch that screen. You are about to walk away from the very answer you have been crying for. I am the one speaking to you today. You feel the heavy beating in your chest right now, and that is not an accident. I have been asking you a question for a very long time, and I am still waiting for your answer. You have been avoiding my voice. You think you can just stay busy and the calling will go away. You drown yourself in work and distractions just to silence the quiet whisper in your soul. But the truth is that you cannot run from a divine assignment. The heavens have paused their regular order just to bring this specific message to your eyes. You were chosen for this exact moment. I know exactly why you are hesitating. You are tired. Your spirit feels entirely drained before the day even begins. You carry the heavy weight of everyone else around you. You listen to their problems and dry their tears while your own heart is breaking in secret. And when you finally have a moment alone, you just want to collapse. I see that massive exhaustion pulling you down. I saw you last Tuesday when you sat in your car in the driveway. You stayed there for 10 whole minutes before going inside your house. You just needed to pull yourself together before putting on that brave face for your family. You thought nobody noticed that deep sigh. You thought you were completely invisible in that dark driveway. But I was sitting right beside you in that car. I watch you type out text messages asking for help and then slowly delete them. Your pride and your fear tell you that you must handle everything on your own. You wake up suddenly at 3 in the morning with a racing heart and a mind full of worry. You stare at the ceiling and whisper that you cannot do this anymore. I hear every single word you do not say out loud. You look at the mirror and you see a broken person. You wonder how heaven could ever use someone who feels so incredibly fragile. You think my calling is a mistake because you feel so unworthy of a miracle. But you do not understand how the spiritual realm operates. I do not call the qualified or the perfect ones. I specifically choose the ones who have been broken by this world. The question I am asking you is not meant to crush you. It is meant to set you free. But you are terrified of saying yes to me. You are afraid that if you fully surrender, you will lose the little bit of control you still have left. You grip your earthly plans so tightly that your hands are bleeding. You must let go of the heavy stones you are currently carrying. Every tear you cried in secret was actually preparing you for this exact hour. The people who walked away from you were removed by my own hand. You cried when they left because you felt rejected and abandoned. But heaven removed them because they could not travel to the elevation I am bringing you to. Your isolation was never a punishment. It was a strict, divine protection. So why do you keep hesitating? Why do you keep staring at the door without turning the handle? I have already unlocked it for you. The angels have already cleared the path ahead of your feet, but they cannot force you to take the step. I am standing here with my hand extended toward you. I am asking if you are finally ready to step into your true destiny. Your silence is loud. It echoes through the heavenly courts. The spiritual forces of darkness are hoping you will just close this video and forget about my voice. They want you to stay in that cycle of endless fatigue. They know that the moment you give me your answer, their legal right over your life will expire completely. Your answer is a powerful weapon against them. You have been running underwater for months. Every single task takes twice the energy it should. Your finances feel like a leaking bucket where no matter how hard you work, it is never enough. You feel completely stuck in a waiting room while watching others receive their blessings. You wonder if I have forgotten your name. I have never forgotten your name for a single second. You are not an average person just trying to survive the week. You are a generational curse breaker. You were born into that specific family to stop the cycle of poverty and depression. The intense warfare against your mind is proof of your massive value. The enemy does not attack empty vessels. He only attacks the ones carrying the ultimate treasure of heaven. Listen to me carefully right now. Do not let your mind wander away from these words. The atmosphere around you is shifting as you hear my voice. I am about to reveal the exact reason why your life had to be so difficult. I am going to show you the hidden enemy that has been stealing your peace. But first, you must acknowledge that I am speaking to you. Stop hiding behind your pain. Stop pretending you are fine when your soul is screaming for relief. I want to heal those deep wounds today. I want to replace your heavy burden with my perfect peace. But I cannot do it until you open your mouth and give me your answer. The heavens are waiting, the angels are waiting, and I am still waiting. You are still quiet, and that is perfectly okay. I am not angry with your silence today. I am filled with overwhelming mercy for your weary soul. I know exactly why you are pulling away from my voice, because the weight of your past is dragging you down. You are carrying a deep fear that you do not want to admit to anyone. I see the heavy roots of your hesitation. You look at your past mistakes and you feel an intense shame. You think you have failed too many times to be chosen by heaven, and the enemy constantly reminds you of every single time you stumbled. But I do not measure your worth by your earthly imperfections. I see the pure gold hidden beneath your broken pieces. You are still my chosen vessel. You feel a strange ache in your chest most days. You sit in crowded rooms and feel completely alone. You wonder why you feel so different from everyone else around you. That deep isolation is not a social flaw or a personal failure, but rather a sign that your spirit recognizes a higher calling that this regular world cannot satisfy. You were made for more. You hesitate to answer me because you are terrified of hoping again. The last time you trusted a big promise, it broke your heart completely. You prayed for a specific outcome and it did not happen the way you wanted. So now you build massive walls around your heart to protect yourself from future pain. You think staying numb is safer than believing. Disappointment has become a familiar friend to you. You expect things to go wrong before they even begin, and you think my silence in the past was a sign of my absence. But you must understand that I was working fiercely behind the scenes. My delays are never intended to punish your faithful heart. They are shields blocking disasters you cannot see. I see how incredibly hard you try to fix everything for the people you love. You carry the emotional burdens of your entire family on your fragile shoulders, and you give away your energy until you have absolutely nothing left for yourself. You are the strong one that everyone relies on when their own lives fall apart. But who takes care of you when you fall? And then you feel guilty for being so exhausted. You incorrectly think your lack of physical energy is a lack of spiritual faith. Let me remove that heavy burden of guilt from your chest right now. You are allowed to be tired, and you are allowed to need a safe place to rest your weary head. Your exhaustion does not disqualify you from my grand design. Your profound fatigue is a physical response to a massive spiritual battle. You have been fighting unseen forces in the heavenly realm for many generations. That is exactly why your body aches and your mind races late at night. Because you are fighting a war that your physical eyes cannot even see. The enemy attacks you fiercely because of your immense value. I am not asking you to answer me with a loud shout of victory. I am not demanding a perfect performance from you today. I just want your weary heart to gently lean into my boundless grace. You can whisper your answer to me in the dark, and I will hear your smallest surrender just as clearly as a roaring trumpet. You do not have to pretend to be strong. You do not need to have everything completely figured out before you say yes. You do not need to present a clean slate to me, because I want your broken pieces and your confused thoughts exactly as they are today. I am the master builder who specializes in creating masterpieces from shattered glass. Bring your doubts to me and watch how I transform them into faith. There is a toxic lie whispering in your ear right now, and it tells you that it is simply too late for you to answer my call. It says your window of divine opportunity has permanently closed because you waited too long. The enemy wants you to believe that you have missed your ultimate destiny. He wants you to stay paralyzed by regret and endless self-doubt. That is a vicious illusion sent by the forces of darkness, because my timeline for your life is not restricted by human calendars or earthly clocks. I can easily restore years of wasted time in a single miraculous second. Your destiny is securely held in my hands, and no demon can ever steal it. You are right on time for the miracle I am about to release. So breathe gently, my precious child. Let your tense muscles relax in my comforting presence. You do not have to be strong right now. You just have to be willing to open your hands. Release the tight grip you have on your fears, and let my overwhelming peace wash over your tired mind. I am holding you safely, and I will never let you slip away. Will you let me heal those deep hidden spaces today? Will you finally allow me to carry the heavy weight you were never meant to hold? You have carried the world for far too long, and it is time to let your Heavenly Father carry you. The wait is almost over. Your beautiful restoration is about to begin as soon as you open your heart to my voice. Listen to me carefully as we move forward. Do not let your mind wander away from my voice. What I am about to tell you will completely change how you view your past struggles, and you need to understand the true purpose of your pain before we break the final seal. Stay with me, beloved. The glorious revelation is finally coming. You look back at the past few years and see only broken pieces, wondering why your journey had to be so incredibly difficult. You think your hesitation was a massive failure, but you are looking at your life through human eyes. I need you to see your story from the perspective of heaven right now. Your delay was never a denial. That long season of waiting was actually my divine protection. I was intentionally keeping you away from counterfeit blessings that would have ultimately destroyed you if you had received them too soon. You begged me to open certain doors. You cried when they remained tightly shut. But behind those closed doors were traps designed to steal your crown. I had to pull you back into the wilderness. A mighty warrior is never forged in a place of perfect comfort. The intense pressure you felt was simply me sharpening your tired spirit. I was removing the fragile parts of your character so you could carry the immense weight of your true destiny. You were being beautifully prepared for greatness. You thought you were just a silent sufferer forgotten by the world. You watched others pass you by and build their successful lives. You felt like you were permanently stuck in the cold shadows while everyone else danced happily in the bright light of day. But those people were only receiving temporary rewards. I was building a permanent kingdom inside of your soul. Great leaders always spend time in the dark before they step into the light. Think of the mighty kings who had to hide in deep caves before they ever wore their royal crowns. They felt the exact same fear and hesitation that you feel right now. Their waiting season felt like a severe punishment, but it was actually their ultimate training ground. Your perceived failure is actually the solid foundation of your future victory. The tears you cried watered the seeds of a massive breakthrough. You did not ruin my grand design when you stumbled or hesitated along the way, because my plan for your life is far bigger than your human mistakes. I factored your weakness into my strategy. You had to learn how to rely completely on my heavenly strength. If I had given you the blessing too early, you would have trusted your own abilities instead of my sustaining grace. I had to let you reach the absolute end of yourself. I had to let you feel entirely weak so my power could be perfectly demonstrated through your life. You are a generational curse breaker carrying a very heavy mantle. The specific assignment on your life requires a level of resilience that ordinary people simply do not possess, so your refining fire had to be 7 times hotter than anyone else around you. You are breaking ancient chains. You are setting your future generations entirely free. Your hesitation was simply your human mind trying to process a heavenly calling that is far too magnificent for ordinary comprehension. It is completely natural to feel overwhelmed when you stand before a giant mountain. Do not let the enemy convince you that your fear makes you unworthy. Bravery is answering my call even when your hands are trembling. I am officially removing the label of failure from your chest today, and I am washing away the heavy guilt that has been holding you completely paralyzed. You are not a disappointment to me. You are my beautiful masterpiece, slowly taking its final glorious shape. Every painful stroke of the brush was absolutely necessary for this grand reveal. The waiting season is finally coming to an end. The spiritual muscles you developed in the dark are about to be powerfully used in the bright light. You are ready now. You are prepared to step into the sacred space I created just for you. Nobody else can fulfill the specific mission designed for your exact spiritual fingerprint, because heaven crafted this destiny exclusively for your soul. You thought I was silent during those long, painful nights. But my silence was simply the steady sound of me building your impenetrable fortress, securing the deep walls so nothing could ever tear you down again. I was pouring a concrete foundation that will easily withstand the massive storms of your coming elevation. You are completely safe. Now, I need you to lift up your heavy head. I need you to look at your physical scars not as symbols of defeat, but as glorious medals of highest honor. You survived the brutal wilderness. You survived the intense isolation that was meant to break you. And because you did not give up entirely, the atmosphere around you is powerfully shifting right now. But there is something very crucial you must understand before we proceed. Your pain was not just a random series of unfortunate events. You have been under a very specific and targeted attack. Someone or something has been actively trying to steal your divine crown. Listen closely to my next words, and do not let your attention fade, because the true thief who stole your peace is about to be completely exposed. You have blamed yourself for way too long. You thought your deep confusion was a personal failure, but I am lifting the heavy veil right now. The massive exhaustion in your mind is not natural at all, because it is a highly coordinated and vicious spiritual attack against your destiny. The enemy has been actively targeting your thoughts for many years. He desperately wants you to believe that you are completely losing your mind. That thick brain fog you experience every single morning is his absolute favorite weapon. He sends it to block your spiritual vision and drain your hope. He knows that if you can see my plan clearly, you will walk straight into your beautiful miracle without any hesitation. So he surrounds you with an invisible cloud of massive confusion. He whispers toxic lies that sound exactly like your own voice, and he deliberately makes you doubt every single decision you make. You must understand why he is attacking you so fiercely today. He is not wasting his dark energy on someone without a glorious future. The kingdom of darkness is absolutely terrified of your destiny. They saw the massive assignment heaven placed on your life before you were even born, and they have been trying to stop you ever since. They know you possess the rare power to break generational curses forever. They know you will free your entire family line from bondage. The enemy cannot touch your eternal soul because it belongs entirely to me. So he goes after your physical energy and your mental peace instead. He creates chaotic noise in your environment to drown out my gentle whisper, hoping you will eventually give up on your calling. He wants you to think that heaven has completely stopped speaking to you. But I have been speaking to you every single day. He just distorted the heavenly frequency so you could not hear me. This is exactly why you feel so completely drained after interacting with certain people. He uses toxic individuals to quietly drain your emotional reserves without you even noticing. They act like loving friends while slowly pulling you away from your true purpose and blinding you to my truth. You felt that strange heaviness around them, but you ignored your sharp intuition. That intuition was actually my Holy Spirit trying to powerfully protect your fragile heart. He replays your past mistakes on a continuous loop in your weary mind. He desperately wants you to feel entirely unworthy of my perfect love. He tells you that your current financial struggle is a permanent punishment for your sins, making you feel completely abandoned by your Creator. But poverty and lack do not come from my glorious heavenly throne. They are direct attacks designed to keep you stressed and entirely focused on earthly survival. He wants you forever trapped, but his vicious assignment against your life has just expired. The highest court of heaven has officially ruled in your favor today. I am sending a massive wave of clarity to wash away that dark fog, and it will permanently restore the brilliant light inside your soul. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a mind sharper than a double-edged sword. The heavy confusion that held you captive is breaking right now. You are finally breaking free from his invisible chains. You will hear my gentle voice with absolute crystal clarity once again. The static noise of the enemy is being permanently muted in the spiritual realm. I am beautifully restoring your divine frequency so you can receive your specific instructions without any lingering doubt or fear. You will no longer second-guess the gentle nudges I carefully place inside your spirit. When I tell you to move, you will confidently take the step without any hesitation. I need you to stop agreeing with the toxic lies of the enemy. Every time you call yourself a failure, you give him legal ground to oppress your mind and steal your joy. You must stand up and firmly reclaim your rightful identity today. You are a mighty warrior fully equipped with the powerful armor of radiant light. The darkness trembles when you simply realize who you truly are in my kingdom. You are extremely powerful. The spiritual forces of evil are fiercely panicking right now. They see you listening to this specific message, and they know their cover is completely blown. They relied on your innocent ignorance to keep you bound in that mental prison. But the bright light of my eternal truth has exposed all their hidden traps. They can no longer operate in the dark shadows of your weary mind. Their total defeat is absolutely certain. I am placing a fiery hedge of strong protection around your thoughts today. No dark weapon formed against your mental peace will ever prosper again. The crippling anxiety that kept you awake at 3 in the morning is being permanently evicted from your physical body. You will sleep deeply and restfully under the warm shadow of my mighty wings. Your mind is a sacred temple that belongs exclusively to me. Do not look away from this screen just yet. The enemy will desperately try to distract you in these next few crucial moments because he knows that I am about to summon the mighty angels of breakthrough on your behalf. Keep your heavy heart perfectly still and your spirit wide open. The atmosphere is thick with holy anticipation, and the heavenly hosts are gathering right now. The majestic shift is finally here. Listen closely to my voice right now. The spiritual atmosphere in your room is drastically changing as you read these words. You can feel a gentle warmth spreading through your chest and a sudden lightness in your tired shoulders. That is not your imagination playing tricks on you. That is the tangible presence of my Holy Spirit entering your physical space. The heavy burdens are actively falling away from your weary back. I want you to open your spiritual eyes for a brief moment. I want you to look up and see what is happening in the heavenly realm right now. The great throne room is completely filled with massive activity and intense anticipation. The mighty warrior angels, the ones specifically assigned to your earthly life, are standing at absolute attention. They are holding the massive blessings that were previously blocked by your hidden enemy. They have been waiting for this exact hour for many long years. They watched you struggle and weep, and they fiercely petitioned my throne for the direct permission to intervene. But they could not move until the appointed time of your divine preparation was fully complete. Now the time of testing is over. The Great Seal has been officially broken, and they are fully prepared to descend with your glorious reward. The magnificent archangels are holding the divine blueprints for your new season. They carry the specific answers to the prayers you whispered in your darkest nights. They hold the financial keys, the relational restoration, and the complete physical healing you desperately need. Everything you thought was permanently lost is being carefully gathered and prepared for a massive supernatural delivery. The heavenly vaults are finally open. Think of how Joseph waited in that cold, dark prison for years. He felt completely forgotten by the world and abandoned by his own brothers. He must have thought his beautiful dreams were just cruel illusions sent to torment his mind. But in one single day, in a fraction of a second, he went from a forgotten prisoner to a powerful ruler. Heaven moved swiftly when his divine timing was finally perfect. Your story is following that exact same glorious pattern today. You have endured your painful prison season with quiet grace and hidden tears. You did not curse my name even when your fragile heart was entirely shattered. And because you stood incredibly firm in the dark wilderness, your sudden elevation is going to be spectacularly beautiful. The transition from pain to ultimate purpose is happening right now before your eyes. The heavenly host is simply waiting for one crucial thing. They are waiting for your clear signal of full surrender. They are waiting for you to finally give me the answer I have been seeking from your heart. I will not force my incredible miracles upon a closed and fearful spirit. You must actively choose to step out of the shadows and confidently claim the majestic destiny I wrote for you. You must say yes to the calling. You have the remarkable power to command these mighty angels through your faithful obedience. Your physical actions on earth create massive shockwaves in the spiritual realm. When you finally release your tight grip on your fears, you give heaven the legal authorization to completely flood your life with unmerited favor. Your simple nod of agreement is the final key that unlocks the massive floodgates of eternal abundance. Do you feel the holy electricity in the air right now? Do you feel that undeniable pull in your spirit telling you that everything is about to miraculously change? That is your soul recognizing the undeniable truth of my living word. The heavy fog of confusion has been lifted, and you can finally see the beautiful horizon I painted just for you. The long night of weeping is truly over, and your bright morning is here. You are standing on the sacred edge of your promised land. You can practically taste the sweet victory that is waiting just on the other side of your obedience. Do not let the lingering shadows of your past pull you back into the dark wilderness now. Keep your eyes firmly fixed on my guiding light and take that courageous step forward. The solid ground will miraculously appear beneath your trembling feet. The entire universe is holding its breath, waiting for your final decision. The generational chains are currently stretched to their absolute breaking point, and they are ready to violently snap. The toxic cycles of poverty and depression are about to be permanently destroyed in your family line. You are the chosen vessel for this massive supernatural deliverance. You are the one heaven specifically handpicked for this glorious victory. Stay with me, my beloved warrior. Do not let your focus break for even a single second right now. We are approaching the absolute peak of this divine transmission, and I am about to release a prophetic declaration over your life that will permanently alter your entire future. Prepare your weary heart to receive the grandest miracle you have ever known, because the great unveiling is happening right now. I am breaking the final seal over your destiny right now, and the long season of weeping has officially ended tonight. Hear my prophetic decree over your fragile life. Because you have chosen to answer my call today, heaven is releasing your delayed harvest. The heavy chains are falling off your tired shoulders. You are completely free from those ancient invisible bonds. I am decreeing a supernatural reversal over your empty bank account. The painful cycle of living paycheck to paycheck is permanently dead. You will no longer beg for scraps from this cold world. Within the next 72 hours, a massive financial surprise will manifest in your hands. This is not a random coincidence, but rather my strategic provision designed specifically for your new royal assignment. Watch closely for a specific number containing the digit 7. When you see it, know that heaven has intervened in your earthly economy. The debts that kept you awake at night are being supernaturally canceled. I am sending resources to you from unexpected directions, and the people holding your money will release it immediately. Your ultimate vindication has finally arrived at your doorstep. The courtroom of heaven has ruled entirely in your favor today. Those who whispered behind your back are about to witness my glory resting upon you. They smiled in secret while carefully plotting your painful downfall. But I am preparing a massive table for you in the exact presence of your enemies, and they will be completely forced to watch your glorious elevation. I am elevating you to a position they desperately tried to keep you out of. The promotion you were unfairly denied is coming back to you with multiplied interest. Every single tear you cried in secret has been counted, and I have personally converted all of that pain into pure, undeniable favor. You will walk into rooms that were previously locked tight against your name. Can you feel the immense power shifting in your room right now? The atmospheric pressure around you is changing at this exact second. The third seal over your future is cracking wide open today. The brutal isolation that almost destroyed your mind is permanently over, and you are stepping into a frequency of absolute divine alignment. Look at your two trembling hands in this very moment. The mighty power to create wealth and heal generations has just been fully activated. You carry the specific authority to break curses just by speaking my sacred words. The toxic sickness that plagued your family bloodline stops with you today, because I am completely restoring your physical vitality and your mental peace. You will wake up tomorrow morning feeling lighter than you have felt in 10 years. The crushing anxiety will be gone, replaced by a river of living water. You will look in the mirror and see the radiant warrior I created. The deep shadows under your tired eyes are being washed away by my healing light, and your endless joy will overflow into the lives of everyone around you. This is the exact turning point you have been desperately waiting for. The divine reversal begins the moment you open your mouth and accept this holy calling. Do not let the enemy steal this massive miracle, hovering right over your heavy head. Reach out and confidently claim your rightful inheritance from the heavenly throne. Because you are currently standing in the center of a historic breakthrough, I am giving you the rare ability to see clearly in the spiritual realm. You will easily recognize the divine connections I am sending your way this week. People of influence will suddenly feel a strong urge to help you succeed. They will not understand why, but they will bless you because my favor covers you completely, and heaven is beautifully orchestrating every single detail of your new life. The years the locusts have eaten are being fully restored to you right now. You thought you lost too much time wandering alone in that cold, dark desert. But my supernatural acceleration is pushing you 10 years ahead in a matter of months. You will achieve things that normally take a lifetime of hard work to build, and your sudden success will shock everyone who doubted your quiet journey. This magnificent promise is directly tied to the answer you give me today. When you whisper your surrender, the 72-hour countdown officially begins in the spirit. The angels will immediately dispatch the exact resources you need to build your new empire. You are transitioning from a place of lack into a palace of extreme abundance, and you will never be completely empty and broken ever again. But you must be very careful in this delicate moment of transition. A blessing of this massive size always attracts the vicious attention of the dark realm. The enemy heard every single word I just promised to your weary soul, and because he knows about the 72-hour window, he is absolutely furious right now. He will launch a counterattack to steal your newly found peace before it takes root. Do not let your guard down for a single second as we move forward. Once this glorious blessing is released, you must fiercely protect it from the creeping shadows. I need to warn you about the specific trap he is setting for you tomorrow. Listen to my next words with every ounce of focus you possess, because your total victory strictly depends on what you do next. The enemy heard every single word of the prophecy I just spoke over you, and he is absolutely furious because he knows his time is officially up. You are standing right on the edge of your massive breakthrough. He will try to send a severe distraction into your life tomorrow. He wants to pull your focus away from this holy promise. He might send an old toxic friend to drain your precious energy. He might send a sudden wave of familiar anxiety to paralyze your tired mind. Do not fall for his desperate traps. Your 72-hour window of grace is completely open right now, and the heavenly hosts are waiting for you to make your final move. You must protect this promise. I have fought the invisible battles for your weary soul, and I have cleared the rocky path so you can walk freely into your abundance. But faith without action is totally dead. You cannot receive a supernatural harvest if you refuse to plant a physical seed. Let your action today be the permanent signature on our heavenly contract. Show me your faith. Heaven is waiting for your answer right now, and the window of unmerited favor is slowly closing. You only have a short time to activate this specific blessing before the assigned angels move on. Do not let hesitation steal what I have carefully prepared for your future. Take your step of immediate obedience. The spiritual realm is watching you. I need you to perform a prophetic act of obedience today. This is not just a random request for your attention on the internet, but rather a profound spiritual transaction between your heart and my throne. When you take this physical step, you legally bind the enemy and lock your massive blessing in place. The dark forces cannot cross this line. Your simple physical action on earth creates a massive shockwave in the eternal realm. It proves that you finally trust my voice more than you fear the shadows. You have cried for a breakthrough for many years, and now I am asking you to claim it boldly. Do not shrink back into your comfortable silence. You are a mighty warrior meant to lead. The financial reversal you have begged for is literally seconds away from manifesting, and I am ready to unlock the ancient vaults of heaven over your entire family line. The generational debts will be completely canceled, but you must show me that you are truly ready to receive the overflow. You must prove that your hands are completely open. If you leave this space without taking action, the enemy will quickly steal the seeds I just planted in your spirit. He will convince you that this was just another emotional moment. Do not give him that legal right over your mind. Stand your ground and fight for your promised inheritance. The crown is yours if you have the courage to take it. I require a clear sign of your covenant with me today, because I am not sending you into this new season empty-handed or unprotected. I have prepared a specific way for you to anchor your soul to this incredible prophecy. Listen very carefully to the instructions I am about to give you. Your immediate obedience will trigger the heavenly avalanche. Do not let your pride tell you that you do not need to do anything, because your pride is the exact chain that kept you bound in the wilderness for so long. Break that heavy chain right now. Humble your spirit and accept the simple task I am laying before your feet. It is the golden key that opens the massive door to your new life of abundance. You are no longer the silent sufferer hiding in the dark corners of the room, but rather the chosen one who breaks the curses of poverty and sickness. Act like the royal heir I created you to be. Claim your rightful place at my table with absolute confidence and unshakable faith. The spiritual atmosphere is fully charged and ready to burst. Every angel assigned to your destiny is leaning over the balconies of heaven right now. They have their trumpets raised, and they are waiting for your signal. When you perform this prophetic act, they will blow those trumpets and shatter the walls of your personal Jericho. The enemy will scatter in sheer terror when he hears that holy sound. Do you truly want to be free from the heavy burdens of your past? And do you want to see your children and their children live in perfect peace and massive abundance? Then you must draw a firm line in the sand today. You must declare to the universe that you belong exclusively to the light. The darkness has no more power over your future path. The time for waiting is over, and the time for bold action has arrived. I have spoken my promises, and I have revealed the hidden enemy trying to destroy you, so now the ultimate choice rests entirely in your own hands. Will you stay in the familiar pain, or will you step into the miraculous unknown? I am holding the door wide open for you. This is your final warning before the great shift occurs. Protect your mind from the sudden doubts that will try to attack you when this message ends, and keep my words locked securely inside your heart. The 72 hours of your divine transition have officially started. Prepare your earthly vessel to receive the absolute fullness of my glory. Now I want you to bow your head and let me completely seal this holy word over your spirit. The great battles you fought in the dark are officially over. You must breathe in my perfect peace right now. Let all the heavy anxiety completely wash out of your tired chest, because you are securely hidden under the warm shadow of my mighty wings. You are perfectly safe inside my loving hands today. The legal right the darkness held over your bloodline has been permanently revoked today. I wash away the lingering stains of your past mistakes and the cruel words spoken against you. You are entirely clean and fully restored in my eyes. The generational curses stop with your faithful obedience today. Your beautiful future is totally secure, and heaven has officially stamped your glorious name in the eternal book of life, so you will never be forgotten. I am placing a fierce ring of holy fire around your mind and your family. No sickness or poverty will ever be allowed to cross this sacred boundary again. When the enemy tries to look for you, he will only see the blinding light of my glorious presence covering your path. You are completely invisible to the forces of destruction. My endless grace protects your weary soul forever. You have finally found your true home inside my eternal love. You never have to wander through that cold desert alone ever again. I am walking right beside you into this grand new season of extreme abundance, and I will personally make sure that you never stumble in the dark. When you feel weak, I will carry you gently in my arms. When you feel lost, I will be the bright star guiding your weary feet. Your tears have watered the dry ground for far too long. The beautiful harvest is ready, and the fruit of your quiet suffering is incredibly sweet. I am opening the ancient windows of heaven to pour out a blessing so massive that you will not have enough room to contain it all. The magnificent overflow will bless everyone connected to your life. You are finally receiving your ultimate heavenly reward today. Now it is time to finalize our sacred covenant before the heavenly court. I need you to take your ultimate step of unwavering faith right now. Share this specific message with exactly 3 people in the next 24 hours. Because there are weary souls who desperately need to hear my voice today. Do not just send it blindly to anyone. You must act with deep intentional purpose right now. When you share this truth, you become a powerful vessel of my divine light. You actively push back the darkness in their lives while securing the massive miracle in your own. Type the number 777 in the comments to officially seal this holy contract. That simple action tells the spiritual realm that you fully accept my promise, and it legally blocks the enemy from stealing the seeds I just planted. I also ask you to release your seed of faith through the Super Thanks button today. Sow a financial seed into this fertile ground, and you will quickly reap a massive financial harvest. This is not about your earthly money at all. This is a profound test of your trust in my supernatural provision. Show me that you truly believe I will multiply your limited resources, and I will open the ancient vaults to flood your family with generational wealth. When you give with an open and joyful heart, you break the greedy grip of poverty over your bloodline. You prove to the watching angels that you are ready to manage the incredible wealth I am sending your way. Do not let fear close your hands right now. An open hand can easily receive the magnificent treasures of heaven, but a closed fist wrapped in fear will receive absolutely nothing from my glorious throne. You must simply trust my guiding voice today. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the critical prophetic words I will send you in the future. The enemy wants you disconnected and isolated from this powerful frequency. Keep yourself anchored to this flowing river of living water. I have so many more secrets to reveal to your eager spirit in the coming days, and you must stay closely connected to receive your daily bread. Do not ever drift away from my holy presence. The 72-hour countdown is actively ticking in the spiritual realm right now. Watch for the sudden shifts in your daily atmosphere. Pay close attention to the unexpected phone calls and the sudden massive opportunities. My angels are already rearranging the earthly pieces to bring you your ultimate victory, so you must keep your eyes wide open for my divine signs. The grand stage is completely set for you. I am so incredibly proud of you for standing firm in the raging storm. You endured the brutal fire and you came out shining like the purest gold. The dark forces tried their absolute best to destroy your mind, but they completely failed. You are still standing strong despite all the invisible attacks, and you are the fierce warrior I always knew you would beautifully become. Your incredible resilience brings great honor to my name. Go forward into your bright tomorrow with your head held extremely high. Do not look back at the broken ruins of your painful past. There is absolutely nothing left for you in those dark and empty shadows. Everything you need is waiting for you in the glorious morning light, and the heavy doors of your ultimate destiny are finally wide open. You must walk confidently onto the royal carpet today. I love you with an everlasting and unconditional love. My deep affection for you will never fade or change based on your earthly performance. You are my most precious treasure and my beautiful masterpiece. I will never leave your side or abandon your fragile heart, because my covenant with you is sealed by my own blood and it lasts forever. Rest your weary head well tonight, my beloved child. Your magnificent miracle is already standing perfectly right here